Hey guys, AngryMonkey here with another RetroGameTreasure unboxing video. For those who are new to the channel and you're wondering what is RetroGameTreasure, this is a video game subscription service that sends 3 to 5 games to your house every month to add to your personal collection. This is not a rental service, you get to keep these games. And these games come on a variety of different consoles from super old school to somewhat recent. So you can go old school with like the Atari 2600 or Intellivision. They have pretty much any Nintendo console that you want all the way up to the Wii. So NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, as well as the portable stuff of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and Nintendo 3DS. You have a bunch of Sega stuff going from the Sega Master System, Genesis, Sega CD, and Sega Dreamcast, along with the Sega Game Gear, not Saturn, and I also wouldn't expect to see a Dreamcast game or a Sega CD game in this part. I have before, but only like once each, because those are just really hard to come by, kind of expensive, so I get it. But hey, they're on my list, so it's possible that I can get one. You can also get stuff for the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as the PSP, original Xbox, 360, and Xbox One. Now, the way that my box is usually set up is usually stuff for the PS4 and the Xbox One. That just seems to be the stuff that I get. I have gotten a fair share of Intellivision or Atari games as well, and the occasional imported Game Boy Advance game, or just Game Boy game in general, but lately Game Boy Advance if I got one. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're wondering, well, gee, I've got a pretty big collection already, how do I avoid duplicates? Well, you would avoid those duplicates by going on the website and fill out the checklist feature that they have, but you got to make sure you check off all versions of that, because, say, Star Wars Battlefront on PS2, they have the black label and the red label greatest hits as two different games. So if you don't want to get a different version of the same game that you already have, I would check off that you have both versions already. And I would also go over to the original Xbox and say, okay, I already got it on PS2. I'm going to say I have it on original Xbox as well, so that way I don't get a game I already have just on a different console. Unless you want it on both consoles. Some people might want to have a complete collection for the Xbox and PS2. For me, I have it on the PS2. I have a way to play it, so I'm happy with that. And I'm happy whether it's a black label or a red label. To me, that doesn't matter. It's still a way to play it on that console. I know that some people are a little bit pickier on that, but everybody's got their preferences. They also have a wish list feature of some games that you're looking for you might get in your box. Don't expect Earthbound, for example, because that's like a $350 game, but let's just say you got a Super Nintendo and you want to get Super Mario World, you might get that in your box, or, I don't know, a cheaper, more common game that you just want to get. This would be a great way to possibly get that in your box. Not guaranteed, but the more wishlist items you have, the more likely you're going to get that in your box. I've got a lot of wishlist items for my account, and so I usually get one every month. There are some times where I might get like two in a single box. So, yeah, that's just because I have a lot of games, and a lot of them are cheaper games I've just not seen in person. So yeah, go on the website, fill out both the checklist and the wish list, and then also fill out the survey, and this survey will help customize this box, so that way this box is different than what John would get. Shout out to anybody named John out there. Yeah, this is customized to what I would like, or what they think I would like. So yeah, you fill out the survey, and on that survey, along with the consoles that I mentioned earlier, you would also fill out the genres of games that you like. So if you like platformers or shooters or RPGs, whatever it is, arcade games, fill out what you like and don't check what you don't like. So that way, if you don't like sports games, don't check sports games, you won't get sports games. I don't have sports games selected because I find them kind of boring. There's an exception, of course. NBA Jam's great, or like, I don't know, Mario Baseball is one of my favorite GameCube games, for example. So, I mean, there are fun sports games, but I'm like, don't get me a Madden game, please. I don't care. So, don't check off sports games and you won't get sports games. That's all I'm saying. But you can also go a little bit further on that survey as well and be like, hey, these are the kinds of games, the styles of games. I like Disney-style games or wrestling-style games or Pokemon-style games. It's another way to help customize your box just a little bit more than just the genres and the consoles. You can also say, like, yeah, condition means a lot to me, or I just want to collect, so just give me what you have. I like condition, so most of my stuff, there's been some exceptions where they give me a loose game, but I'm like, hey, if I have a disc-based game, you gotta have the case for it. Manual's great, but you gotta have the case, because I don't want to have a bunch of loose games on my shelf, because they have gotten lost. They have fallen behind my shelf just because it's a loose game, so at least if it's in the case, then I don't have to worry about that. Plus, I really like the box art. That's one of the reasons why I'm a physical collector, is you can admire and enjoy the box art itself as its own work of art. You can also say, yeah, I've got an NES Zapper or a Super Scope or whatever. Yeah, I'm cool with getting import games. I'm cool with rated M games. I'm cool with getting kids games, demos. Yeah, like I said, there's all that there to help customize this box even more. And I've been talking for a while, so why don't we go ahead and zoom out. I got my knife here. I'm going to pull this out of frame so that way there's not a way that you guys can see the bottom of the box where my address is. And, as always, I'm going to place the box backwards so that way when I pull the first game out, we don't get a spoiler of what the next game is. Okay, so first up, as always, we got 3 meaty Air Defender lights from DiscountYourPillows.com, where pillows are inflated, not prices. These guys are the superheroes of our box to ensure that what we have in our box is safe and sound. Thank you. You're my hero, you're my hero, and you're my hero. You're a little bit flatter than the others, but you're still inflated, you're still alive. That's great. Thank you for your service. Alright, so I feel 4 games. So I feel in a television game. Okay, I feel an Xbox One game and 2 PlayStation, most likely 4, but they could be a PS3. But yeah, kind of like what I said earlier. Yeah, they seem to lean on the Xbox One and the PS4 games for me. Whatever. That's fine, I guess. It's nice to get some retro stuff from time to time, though. But anyway, first game. Oh, we got Space Spartans on the Intellivision. And something I learned, this gold label means that there is audio to it, or you can get that the attachment for the Intellivision, and you can have sound, kind of like the B-17 bomber, where it sounds like B-17 bomber. Space Spartans is another one of those. There's like I think I read there's like 4 or 6, and I've got like 3 of them now. So I'm on my way to a full set of these talking Intellivision games, all through RGT. So that's kind of cool. All right. Oh, what is? I had my hopes. I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's just a sticker. It's a part of a label from an Xbox 360 game. That's slightly disappointing. I was like, oh, what is this? Is this like some sticker that got loot? No, it's just that. Okay. Alright, what do we got? We got Control on the Xbox One. Oh, so there you go. So that's what happened. So it's not a sealed game. Just kind of weird that is still on there. Interesting. Yeah. So I don't know anything about this game. Discover a world unknown. So it's kind of like some futuristic reality meets the unexplainable. Reactive environments. World within a location. Okay. Yeah, I have never heard of this game before. As always, we got some gameplay up there. And yeah, that's telling us what kind of game it is. Because I have no idea as of recording. You guys saw that, right? And it's okay. This is actually kind of funny. It fell, but it fell on the bottom, so it is still like upright. The games didn't spill out. That's kind of crazy. See, that's kind of funny. All right. Let's pick that up. Okay. So yeah, I still didn't see what we got. So I'm pulling out the third game now. Oh, yeah, this is probably a wishlist item. Star Wars, Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. Yeah, the Lego games are always fun. Lego Star Wars. I remember playing the original on the PS2, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm happy to get another Lego Star Wars game for the collection. And yeah, as always, there's footage. Alright, and the last game is... I don't know if I can play this. Overwatch. Doesn't this require online? So I don't know if I can play this. I don't have like the PlayStation Online type stuff. So yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's a fun game. I know that it's really popular and all that, but I don't know if I can play it. But hey, at least I didn't get a duplicate in my box, because for the last like 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, whatever, I've gotten some kind of duplicate because I'm like, oops, I forgot to check that off of this console or whatever. So at least I don't have that. Yeah, I'd say overall this is a pretty good box. Probably my pick of the box would probably be Lego Star Wars, but this game looks kind of interesting too. So yeah. Well, I guess that ends this part of the video. But don't go anywhere, because I have a few pickups, so I'd like to share those pickups with you, so stay tuned. Okay, well, October's been a lot more productive as far as video game pickups in the month of September. So I'm going to show you the first wave of games that I got. This could be my only wave of games. There could be more. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. So, first we're going to celebrate Spooky Month with a couple spooky games. Welcome to October. I've wanted this game for a while. This is Haunted House for Atari, and it's kind of a reimagination of the 2600 game, but it's different. I mean, they say that it's a roguelike mansion that changes every time you play, which is kind of cool. So I don't really know what to expect, but I guess with that, it has replayability. And so for a $15 game with infinite replayability, because like I said, every time you play it is different. Just like on the original, every time you play the original Haunted House, it is a different experience every time. There are some times you could walk in the door, find all parts of the urn without going up to the second floor, and there are some where you're on that stupid level for what feels like an hour, and you still can't find all the pieces of the urn. I don't know if the story on this is similar to it or not, but I don't know. I was excited to pick that up. And I forgot that this game came out Alone in the Dark. I mean, I knew it was coming out for a while, but I didn't know that it was out yet. I know that it had a lot of delays. Like, it was supposed to come out, October of last year, and then that got pushed back to January, and then that got pushed back to March, or something like that, based on a video of a guy talking about it, or something like that. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I didn't know the game was out yet. So yeah, this is a classic series. I don't know if it started on the PlayStation, but I have the original on PlayStation, or I got a game on the original PlayStation, I should say. I don't know if that's the first one, because the guy that I saw do a little review of it, or little bit of a Let's Play, I guess, said the first one came out in 1992, and obviously I know the PlayStation 1 wasn't around in 92, so I don't know if he was wrong or if there was a game that predates the PlayStation game. But I've got, I think, 2 on the PlayStation. This is apparently a remake or a reimagination. Yeah, it even says on the back there, where it says, return to Directo Manor in this reimagination of Alone in the Dark. Yeah, it's a reimagination of one from the 90s, but that's pretty cool. My battery's already about to die. So this is spread over a few different GameStops that I'm just kind of lumping together into one section, because GameStop had a thing at the beginning of October of 20% trade-in, as well as like an additional 5% off on pre-owned games or something. So I got a slight discount on Alone in the Dark. Obviously I couldn't do anything on Haunted House, but there were a few other games that I was able to take advantage of that sale. For example, I got Beyond a Steel Sky. I don't know anything about this game, but one of the reasons why I picked it up is it's got a pretty nice looking steel case. Yeah, look at that. And when you open it up, I'm going to take this code out just in case. But it also comes with some stickers, which is pretty cool. And the inside of the steel case has a little comic book, which I think is supposed to set up the beginning of the story of the game. And the game starts off with a comic book-like thing too, until you actually get into the actual game. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect with this, but I mean, like I said, the steel case looks really nice. I mean, there was a little bit of damage on this. There was an ugly sticker here, and when I was peeling off that sticker, I accidentally peeled off a little bit of that. But I mean, when you have just a plain white sticker there, there's still some sticky residue. I wonder if I can stick it to my finger. Not really. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, there's a little bit of damage there, but I mean, the steel case is in great shape. Maybe if I find a slipcover in better shape, I might swap it out, but I mean, it's not in terrible shape. Just a little bit of damage there, a little bit of damage up there. They taped the steel case to the box, and so that caused a little bit of tearing there. I tried. I really did. I was working on the thing for like a solid 10 minutes trying to get all the nastiness off. And you're wondering, oh, but you didn't take this off? Yeah, no. It's kind of fun to look back on a game in 10 years and see on how much you paid for it and kind of compare like, oh, okay, yeah, that's an insane deal, or, oh, man, I got ripped off back in that time. I don't know, it's just kind of a fun thing, so I keep a lot of my purchase stickers on there. Probably bothers a lot of people, but whatever. Another game that I picked up was Bayonetta Origins. So this game is interesting. It's got an interesting art style compared to the other Bayonetta games. So I don't know if it's necessarily tied to the other games or not. But it's still pretty cool. That's the inside, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. Sometimes Switch have a thing in there, and other times they don't. This one does. Yeah. So I don't know if this is like I'm assuming it's like her origin story or something, but I've not played any of the Bayonetta games. I have all of them. Because I got 1 and 2 on the Wii U, and I got 3 on the Switch, and now I got this one on the Switch as well. One of these days, I hope I can play them. I just don't think I'm going to be very good at them, so that's why I keep putting it off. But plus, it's also one of Citrus Fruit's waifus, so I figured that if I play the game, I got to have him on the channel with me when we play it. I also picked up Emio the Smiling Man, part of the Famicom Detective Club. So this is the newest one in the series. I know that on the Switch they have two others, but those are only digital. I don't know why they didn't make a physical release. I don't know if that's only in America. I want to say that in other countries they do have a physical release, but not in America. I hope that the other countries do have a language option, but I don't know if they do. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know if I buy the Japanese version of the first two Famicom Detective Club games. Is there an English option on there so that way I can read it, or do I have to put up my phone translating the entire game? I mean, I know I can download it, but physical's so much better. So yeah, let me know on that. I took advantage of the trade-in stuff, and I got almost $20 in trade-in credits, which is pretty good. So I put that $20 towards Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. This is a spin-off, involving Miles Edgeworth. So I don't really know what to expect here. One of these games was never released in America. The first one was. The second one was Japanese only. So this is the first time, unless they released it on the 3DS. I know they had a few Ace Attorney games on the 3DS. This might have been one of them. But this is the first time that you can physically get it in America, I guess is a better way to put it. But I love the Ace Attorney series. It's hilarious, and I don't know, you get to feel smart when you solve things. So that's always fun. And Edgeworth's a cool character. So, and there's other characters I recognize too, I think. Yeah, Von Karma's on there, and of course Gumshoe's on there. Well, I guess that might be it that I recognize. But, yeah, there you go. And there you go. The big one that I decided to wait until the end of this section to show off is... I guess I should open it first, just in case there's something cool inside of it. And there is indeed something cool inside of it, so I'm glad I unwrapped it. Was Echoes of Wisdom, the newest Zelda game. I don't know why I haven't played this yet, because it looked really cool. Well, I know why. I don't play video games. I don't know, I might have played 7 hours of video games in the last 3 months. 2 months? Something like that. It's been a while. Life's been busy, though, but this one looks really cool, so I was happy to pick it up. I also pre-ordered it, but anyway, that's what the inside looks like, in case you guys are wondering. Got a shot of Hyrule there. So yeah, this is the first time in a real Zelda game where you actually play as Zelda. And I mean a real Zelda game because this one doesn't count. This is the CDI Zelda game. Yes, I do have that. Anyway, that's not a new pickup. That's a last year pickup. But this is the first time in an official Nintendo game where you actually play as Zelda as the main hero. By the way, I'd love to get a CDI so I can actually play that horrible game. Just mostly to show off the bad cutscenes that you can watch on YouTube. Game Grumps have a great playthrough of it, by the way, but I don't know. If I get a hold of CDI, I got 2 of the Zelda games over there. But I pre-ordered that Echoes of Wisdom. And if you pre-order it, you get a special little bonus here. And it's weird. The guy at GameStop, I guess, didn't know that I pre-ordered it from them. Usually they're on top of that, but he's like, oh, well, we got one of the posters left. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll take it. He probably doesn't realize that it was mine anyway. I didn't want to argue with him. Because that was a bad day, and I was in a grumpy mood, so I didn't feel like arguing. But this is really cool. Ooh, is it double-sided? No, okay. I thought it was double-sided. Yeah, look at that. It's a cloth poster, and it has these little rings on there, so you can like hang it up and stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's cute. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I like that I have it, and I've never seen a cloth poster before. So yeah, this is nice. A nice little pre-order bonus thing, only at GameStop. Yeah. So I guess that's it for this section. This could be the end of the video. I'm not sure. If it is, then I guess I'll have my little end of the video thing, and if not, then we'll jump onto that section. Okay, so later on in the month at GameStop, of course, I picked up a couple more games. I need to go to other stores that's not GameStop though, just to kind of beef up the older collections a little bit. But yeah, I got 2 more Switch games, so that's exciting. I pre-ordered the Final Fantasy collection. Isn't it called like the Pixel Collection or something? Or is that like a previous one? But anyway, this has Final Fantasy 1 through 6. What you're seeing up there is a little bit of Final Fantasy 5. Yeah, this has the first 6 Final Fantasy games, which is really cool because when it comes to original Final Fantasy games, like on Nintendo, we had Final Fantasy 1, and that matches Final Fantasy 1 in Japan. But then when we got Final Fantasy 2, it was actually Final Fantasy 4? Yeah, I looked it up. So, Final Fantasy 1 in America is the same as Final Fantasy in Japan, and we didn't see a game until Final Fantasy 4, but it was labeled as Final Fantasy 2 over here in America. And then Final Fantasy 3 in America is actually Final Fantasy 6 in Japan. So then when Final Fantasy 7 came out on the PlayStation, we're like, okay, well, Final Fantasy 7, what happened to 4, 5, and 6? But really what we should be asking is, what happened to 2, 3, and 5? But they did release some of those Final Fantasy games on the PlayStation. I know I've got in the a couple of the anthologies on the PlayStation. Yeah, Final Fantasy Anthology includes 5 and 6, which I have in my collection. And then Final Fantasy Chronicles has Final Fantasy 4 and Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Final Fantasy Origins is the third one. And that one has 1 and 2 on it. But it's kind of spread out over different games. Whereas this one is nice that you have 1 through 6 on one cart. And what's also nice is you got some stickers. So that's cool. Stickers are fun. I'm never going to use them. I'd like to have them preserved, but it's kind of a fun thing to have. And the other game that I got is Deathmark 2, which is funny because Deathmark 2 is actually the third game in the series. So you have the first Deathmark, and then you've got Spirit Hunter NG, which I don't have, and then Deathmark 2. So I have 1 and 2, but it's really like I have 1 and 3, so I'm still looking for Spirit Hunter NG, which is actually the true Deathmark 2. So, yeah, still looking for that. And then the last thing that I got, I was at a nerd convention, Comic Expo convention thing last weekend. And, well, I didn't get any video games or anime, but I got video game related stuff. So, yeah, I figured I'd show off some of that. So, I've been looking for this for the last few months. Sega released some toys in the toy aisle at like Walmart and stuff. And so I got Streets of Rage and Super Monkey Ball. But now I have the werewolf from Altered Beast. And he came with this little ball. I've actually never played Altered Beast, but it's a beloved classic. I think I have it. If not, I know I have it on the PS3 Sonic Genesis collection, or whatever you call it. So I have a way to play it, but I've never actually played Altered Beast. So I don't really know what the little ball thing is, but that's the third. I don't know if that's all of them, so if you guys are Video game toy experts, is this the last in the video game line, or is there more Sega toys that I need to get? I mean, if that's it, cool. If there's more, hope I can find them soon. Got some Pokemon toys. These were actually imported from Japan. Was this really cool Koraidon. Obviously the mascot for Scarlet. And you can't get one without getting the other one. And so here's a really nice Miraidon to go with Koraidon. It would be really cool if you can like bend the tails to be like the wheels and stuff, like you can ride them in the games. But yeah, they're both very cool figures. Like I said, they're actually imported from Japan, so that's really cool. And the last thing that I want to show off that I got from the convention. Do you guys remember these? The little Pokemon plushies, and they're reversible, and they turn into a Pokeball. I love it. I saw this. I'm like, I kind of want this. I have a few of these, and I have a little plush Squirtle, but not the reversible kind. So this is like my 13th or 14th of the plush reversibles. I know I have one of the two Pikachus, Jigglypuff, Coughing, Gengar, Lickitung, Wigglytuff, Electrode, and then that was like from the first wave was all that. Oh, Togepi. I have a Togepi that turns into an egg. That was another one. And then they made like a second wave, which I know had Raichu, which I don't have. But it did have Meryl and Elekid, which I do have. And I think they made some for like Diamond and Pearl era, but I never saw those in person. But this one is like legit original from the 90s. This guy had a lot of 80s, 90s merchandise. I mean, this came from there too, which I know this came out like this year, but it's based off of a retro Sega game. But yeah, this guy had a lot of really neat 80s, 90s collectibles. A lot of vintage Pokemon collectibles as well. So I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of playing into my nostalgia a little bit. I grew up on these Pokemon toys, so I kind of had to get them. It was cute. I got $5 off since I bought both those together, so that's cool. But yeah, that is what I got. That was all my pickups for the month of October. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when another video comes out. And I especially say that because coming soon, for those anime fans out there, I got this boy we got to open. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, subscribe so that way you know when that video comes out. But yeah, as always, if there's a game that I showed off in this video that you want to see played on the channel, or if you went back to some of my previous videos and pickups and whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, I love whatever game, I want to see you play that, yeah, let me know. I'll put all that in the comments below. No guarantee that I'll get to it soon, because I'm still working on Pokemon Coliseum that I started like 2.5 years ago or something, or at least 2 years ago. I just haven't been able to really play a lot of video games. Yeah, battery died as I was doing my little closeout thing. Yeah, so like I said, subscribe. Let me know if there's a game that that you saw in this video or previous video that you want to see. Yeah. Also, I have a Facebook page where you can follow me on Facebook, where I post these videos on there. I don't know why you would. It's on YouTube, but hey, it's just another way to promote my stuff, I guess. I also have an Instagram where I post stuff that I forget I have an Instagram until I advertise it, but I hope to post some cool stuff to it. I just keep forgetting I have it. But yeah, I might be like, oh, check out this, I don't know, check out these nice stickers for Final Fantasy, or I don't know, maybe I'll post something like this from time to time, like, oh, you guys remember these? I don't know. But yeah, follow the Instagram so that way as soon as I remember to post something, you'll see it. But most importantly, I have a Discord server where we can hang out and talk about pretty much everything that I talked about in this video. Pokemon, video games, anime, nostalgia. We talk about all that. We post memes. It's just a fun time to have fun, hang out, nerd out, as I always say. And so yeah, all you need to do is just be like, yeah, I want to join your Discord, and I'll be like, cool, here's an invite, and yeah, you can join our community of nerds. Oh, and I completely forgot about a very important thing related to Retro Game Treasure. You can also go here and post a picture, post it on social media, and you're entered to the Boss Just giveaway, which could be like a new to you but retro game console, like an original PlayStation or a Genesis, something like that, where you can get games for your collection. I have the referral link to Retro Game Treasure that is actually my referral link, and if I send 3 people to Retro Game Treasure, I get a free box, which I've never had that happen before, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys want to support your boy Monkey here, this is a way you can do it. If not, just throwing that option out there. Anyway, it is almost 11 o'clock, so I should probably wrap this video up, get ready for bed. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.